They thought it was just the wind. 5 friends, Emma, Daniel, Brooke, Tyler, and Lucas, went on a night hike as a joke. They wanted to scare each other, tell ghost stories, film it for TikTok, just harmless fun. The trail was supposed to be easy, a simple loop through the woods and back, but somewhere along the way, the path split, and they didn't remember there being 2 trails. Left or right, one way led home, the other didn't. They argued for a moment, laughed, voted blindly, and picked the right trail. They didn't notice that when they turned, there were 6 footsteps instead of 5. At first it was subtle, leaves crunching a little too long after they stopped walking, a shadow that stretched farther than it should. Tyler joked that the forest spirit had joined them. Brooke laughed, nervously. But then it got colder. The air went stale. No wind, no bugs, no sound, except their breathing. And something else's. It was Lucas who heard it first, breathing right beside him. Slow, wet, guttural, too close to be anyone else. He spun around, shining his phone light. Nobody there. But his light reflected off something. Eyes. Low to the ground, wide, unblinking. He screamed and bolted forward, crashing into Tyler. The others panicked, asking what he saw. But he couldn't explain, just kept saying, "Something's here, something's following us." They stuck together after that, tighter, closer, no more jokes. Until Brooke asked the question that made all of them freeze. "Where's Emma?" They all turned. Emma wasn't there. They called her name. No response. Daniel swore she was right behind him moments ago. He grabbed his phone flashlight and ran back down the trail, shouting for her. The others stayed still, listening. For a moment, silence. Then they heard Emma's voice, but it wasn't coming from ahead. It was coming from the trees. "Guys," she called softly. "Guys, why'd you leave me?" Her voice was flat, wrong, repeating the same sentence again and again, each time slightly more distorted, like someone trying to remember how humans speak. Brooke whispered, "That's not her." Daniel came stumbling back, eyes wide, face white. He hadn't found Emma, but he'd found footprints. Not hers, not human. Bare feet, long, with too many toes. The breathing came back, this time from all around them, above them. The trees creaked, like something heavy was woven through the branches. They huddled together and ran. No time to think, just run. Branches tore at their clothes. Roots grabbed their ankles. The forest itself tried to swallow them. Behind them, something galloped on all 4s, then stopped, then walked upright, mocking their footsteps. It was laughing now, Emma's laugh, Tyler's laugh, their laughs, all wrong, all layered on top of each other. They didn't know where the trail was anymore. They didn't know if they were going in circles. They didn't know if they were still 5, or if something else had slipped into their group when they weren't counting. They reached a clearing and stood front scene. Emma was there, standing in the center of the clearing, perfectly still, smiling too wide. Her eyes were wrong, too reflective, her head tilted slowly, too slowly, like her neck didn't understand movement. "Why'd you leave me?" she whispered in everyone's voice at once. Lucas turned and ran. Brooke followed. Tyler screamed. Daniel Frowncy in place and sobbed. And Emma, or whatever wore her skin, began walking toward him. Not fast, not threatening, patient, because it knew. No matter how far they ran, they'd have to leave the forest eventually, and it had all night.